By now, you've probably had your temperature checked before entering a business at some point during this pandemic. It's supposed to be a safeguard against spreading COVID-19, but a new study shows doing this may not be the most effective way to determine if someone is a carrier of the virus. Fox 4's Leslie Delaspore explains.
98.6 degrees. That's the temperature places such as doctor's offices, dentist offices, restaurants, and hotels hope to get from you when checking as you enter. But a new study by the Physiological Society says that protocol may be ineffective.
So while these scanners are effective and they certainly can see most of the time if someone has a fever, just because someone does not have a fever doesn't mean they do not have COVID.
Robert Hawks is the director of the Physician's Assistant Program at Florida Gulf Coast University. He says there are many variables to determine an accurate reading.
But to be effective, they need to be within a certain distance. And if people do not have a lot of training and they're just kind of scanning people as they're walking into a door, they may be further away, which may give an off reading. The other thing to keep in mind is that the skin is not always the best source of temperature. So someone may have a low-grade fever that does not get picked up by some of these thermal scanners that are available on the market.
And while places like hotels, doctors' offices, restaurants, and grocery stores are checking temperatures, Hawk says there is one thing you should do if you aren't comfortable having doors checked.
Probably the big thing is if people are not feeling well, to stay home. If someone has any of the other symptoms of COVID-19 and they don't have a fever, again, it doesn't mean that they don't have it. It's important to remember that they're not foolproof, that it's not 100% effective, but that's really going to be true of any test. But, for most of the population, if they have a fever, these thermal scanners are really going to be able to pick that up.
In Cape Coral, Leslie Delaspore, Fox 4 News.